This is going to be a Romanian gold medal, no doubt about that. Will it be a world record? He is looking fantastic. Popovici, they're out after him. In second, it's Wang, and then third, probably Dean, but he goes in and he takes it out. Popovici in a world junior record, Wang takes the silver, Dean the bronze.
On June 28, 2026, at the Foro Italico in Rome, Italy, at the 62nd edition of the Sette Colli International Trophy, a 21-year-old Romanian swimmer named David Popovici walked to the pool blocks for the men's 200-meter freestyle final and did something that instantly made him the fastest man in the world in that event. This season, David Popovici swam the men's 200-meter freestyle in 1 minute, 44.48 seconds. That time won him the gold medal in dominant fashion. That time set a brand new meet record at the historic Foro Italico, and that time was recorded as the fastest 200-meter freestyle swum by any man on the planet in 2026 up to that point in the season. The victory came just 1 day after Popovici had already posted a world-leading time in the 100-meter freestyle at the very same meet, clocking 47.26 seconds on June 27th with a front half split of 22.83 and a back half split of 24.43. 2 world-leading swims in 2 different events on back-to-back days. That is the kind of dominance that David Popovici has brought to the pool throughout 2026. But here is the thing that makes this moment truly extraordinary and significant. This is Popovici's signature event. This is the race where he has already produced the fastest textile suit swim in history, not touched by Panjanle territory. Back in 2022, Popovici swam 1 minute 42.97 seconds in the 200-meter freestyle. That time ranks behind only 2 other performances in the entire history of the event. Both swum during the supersuit era of technology that was banned in 2010. Those 2 performances belong to Germany's Paul Biedermann and to the greatest swimmer of all time, Michael Phelps. That means that in a standard textile swimsuit, without any technological advantage whatsoever, David Popovici has swum faster in the 200-meter freestyle than Michael Phelps ever did in his entire legendary 17-year career. Michael Phelps set numerous world records across his career, but in the 200 free specifically, Popovici's textile suit performance sits ahead of everything Phelps ever achieved in that event without technological assistance. And now, with his Rome meet record victory in 1 minute, 44.48, Popovici has shown he is building back toward that very same world-class form. In less than 2 months, David Popovici will race at the European Championships in Paris, France, in August 2026. He will look to add to his legendary career achievements. He will look to chase the world record that has eluded him so far. He will look to cement his legacy as the greatest freestyler of his generation. But before he gets there, you need to understand how a teenager from Bucharest became the most dominant freestyle sprinter on the entire planet. David Popovici was born on September 15, 2004, in Bucharest, Romania. He started swimming at a young age, training at the Dinamo Sports Club in Bucharest under coach Adrian Radulescu. Radulescu has been Popovici's only coach throughout his entire competitive career, a rare and remarkable partnership in modern elite international swimming. Popovici showed extraordinary talent from a very young age. He was breaking age group records throughout his childhood and early teenage years across Romania. He was training with a level of dedication and focus that set him apart from other young swimmers in Romania and across the entire European continent. At the 2021 European Junior Swimming Championships in Rome, Popovici announced himself to the entire swimming world. He broke the 100-meter freestyle junior world record not once, but twice at the very same championship. First, he swam 47.56, anchoring a relay team to a silver medal. Then, just 2 days later, he broke his own record again, swimming 47.30 to win individual gold. That performance made him the fastest man in the world at that specific moment in 2021, surpassing established professional swimmers with years of experience. He was 16 years old at the time. He was still in high school studying for exams, and he was already faster than every professional male sprinter on the entire planet in that particular moment. In the summer of 2021, David Popovici made his Olympic debut at the Tokyo Games in Japan. He was just 16 years old, one of the youngest competitors in the entire pool. He competed in the 200-meter freestyle final against grown men with years of Olympic experience. He finished just 0.04 of a second away from winning an Olympic medal. It was heartbreaking. It was agonizingly close, but it was also a clear sign of what was coming for this young Romanian phenomenon. The following year, at the 2022 European Championships, Popovici delivered a performance that shocked the entire international swimming world. He clocked 46.86 seconds in the 100-meter freestyle final, breaking Cesar Cielo's 13-year-old world record that had stood since the technologically enhanced supersuit era, showing no signs of fatigue whatsoever. He then went on to win the 200-meter freestyle at that same championship with a time of 1 minute, 42.97, establishing a new world junior record in the process. Later that same year, at the 2022 World Championships in Budapest, Hungary, Popovici became the first swimmer since Jim Montgomery, back in 1973, to win both the 100 and 200-meter freestyle events at the same World Championships. He was 18 years old. He was already a two-time world champion in multiple individual events simultaneously. Michael Phelps is universally considered the most decorated Olympian in the entire history of sport. He won 23 Olympic gold medals across 5 separate Olympic Games spanning nearly 2 decades. He set numerous world records throughout his 17-year professional career. He redefined what was believed to be possible in the pool. He is universally considered the greatest swimmer who has ever lived by virtually every swimming expert and historian. When David Popovici swam 1 minute, 42.97 in the 200-meter freestyle, swimming analysts and historians immediately looked at where that specific time ranked all time. They found that only 2 performances in the entire history of the event were faster, both from the technologically enhanced supersuit era that officially ended in 2010. Phelps's fastest textile-era performances in the 200 free never actually reached that level of speed. This comparison follows Popovici absolutely everywhere he competes. Commentators discuss his stroke technique in direct relation to both Phelps and fellow legend Ian Thorpe. Historians note that Thorpe went sub-44 in 2001, Phelps became the first man under 43 seconds in 2007, and now, nearly 2 decades later, Popovici is pushing toward completely uncharted territory in the sprint freestyle events. The comparison is not simply about raw times and numbers. It is about the way Popovici carries himself during high-pressure competition. It is about his remarkable composure under intense pressure. It is about his consistent ability to perform his absolute best swimming when the stakes are highest, a defining trait that characterized Phelps's entire legendary career. At the 2024 Paris Olympics, David Popovici achieved the crowning moment of his young and already storied career. He won gold in the 200-meter freestyle event. He became the first Romanian man in history to win an Olympic gold medal in swimming. Only 2 Romanian women, Diana Mocanu and Camelia Potek, had ever accomplished swimming gold for Romania before him in the nation's entire Olympic history. He also won bronze in the 100-meter freestyle at those same Paris Games, adding yet another Olympic medal to his rapidly growing collection. He carried the weight and expectations of an entire nation on his shoulders throughout that intense competition. Romania had never produced an Olympic swimming champion among its male athletes in the country's history. Popovici changed that history forever with his performance in the French capital. The sacrifice required to reach this elite level has been significant throughout his entire career. Popovici has trained under the exact same coach since early childhood, maintaining remarkable consistency and discipline through his teenage years and into his early 20s. He has managed the immense pressure of being compared to legends like Phelps and Thorpe from an incredibly young age. He has carried the hopes and dreams of Romanian swimming on every single lap of every single race throughout his young career. Drop a comment right now and tell me what you think David Popovici does next. Do you think he breaks Panjanle's 100-meter freestyle world record before the end of this season? Do you think he becomes the greatest freestyler in swimming history? Do you think he wins multiple gold medals at the Los Angeles Olympics? I read every single comment you leave below in the section. Adrian Rescu has coached David Popovici since he was a young child training in Bucharest, and he knows something that most casual swimming fans do not yet fully understand or appreciate. Radulescu has watched Popovici develop from a promising age group swimmer into the most dominant freestyle sprinter of his entire generation. He understands the technical precision and efficiency that allows Popovici to swim historically fast times in a standard textile suit without technological assistance. Radulescu has guided Popovici through devastating Olympic heartbreak in Tokyo, through breakthrough world record performances in Rome, through world championship sweeps in Budapest, and through triumphant Olympic gold in Paris. He knows that Popovici is still only 21 years old, with what many swimming experts believe are his very best swimming years still ahead of him in the coming seasons. June 28, 2026, Rome, Italy. The historic Foro Italico, the men's 200-meter freestyle final at the prestigious Sette Colli International Trophy. David Popovici's opportunity to reassert his dominance in his signature event, ahead of a crucial summer packed with major championships. Popovici came to the blocks with clear intent and focus, riding the momentum of his world-leading 100-meter freestyle swim from the night before. He had posted solid results weeks earlier at the Romanian championships, clocking 1 minute 45.89 in the 200 free. He knew he was building steadily toward peak competitive form. He knew this particular race in Rome was an important checkpoint before the upcoming European Championships later in the summer. The race began. Popovici settled into his rhythm early on, controlling the pace from the front of the field. He was smooth and highly efficient through the first 100 meters, exactly the kind of technical precision that had made him one of the most feared freestylers in the world. He was already ahead of the entire field by the halfway mark. Coming home on the final 100 meters of the race, Popovici maintained his stroke form and technique despite building fatigue. He pushed through the final 50 meters with controlled power. He touched the wall in 1 minute, 44.48 seconds, a truly dominant and controlled performance. That time won gold. That time set a brand new meet record at the Foro Italico. That time was the fastest 200-meter freestyle swum by any man in the entire world for the 2026 season at that specific point in time. The performance sent a clear and unmistakable message to the rest of the international swimming world. David Popovici was building towards something truly special heading into the biggest competitions of the entire year. Here is what comes next for David Popovici over the coming weeks and months ahead. Popovici heads to the European Championships in Paris, France, in August 2026. He will look to defend his sprint freestyle dominance on the continental stage against Europe's best swimmers. He will look to build on the 2 world-leading times he posted in Rome just weeks earlier, 47.26 in the 100 free and 1 minute, 44.48 in the 200 free. Beyond the European Championships, Popovici has his sights firmly set on multiple world records. In the 100-meter freestyle, he is chasing Panjanle's world record of 46.40 seconds. In the 200-meter freestyle, his career best of 1 minute 42.97 already ranks behind only the supersuit era marks of Biederman and Phelps. With his current trajectory and rigorous training regimen, many swimming experts believe a serious world record attempt in either event is coming very soon in the near future. Popovici already owns 6 sub-47 swims in the 100 freestyle event, more than any man in the entire history of competitive swimming. He already holds a 200-meter freestyle time that ranks behind only the technologically enhanced supersuit-era performances of Biederman and Phelps, and he just proved in Rome that he can still produce meet record, world-leading swims in that same event. He is already a 4-time world champion and an Olympic gold medalist for a nation that had never produced one before his arrival on the scene. The comparisons to Michael Phelps will undoubtedly continue to follow him throughout his career. But Popovici is forging his own completely unique legacy in the sport of swimming. He is proving conclusively that a swimmer from Romania, a nation without significant swimming history or tradition, can become one of the greatest freestylers the sport has ever produced in its long history. Popovici's rise through the sport has been closely watched by swimming experts and historians who study the progression of the fastest men in history. When Ian Thorpe first went sub-44 in the 200-meter freestyle back in 2001, it seemed like an unbreakable barrier. When Michael Phelps became the first man under 43 seconds in 2007, that too seemed like the absolute limit of human performance in the water. Now, nearly 2 decades after Phelps's historic sub-43 swim, multiple swimmers are approaching that same territory simultaneously, with Popovici leading the charge. Swimming analysts have speculated that Popovici could be the swimmer who finally breaks the 42-second barrier in the 200-meter freestyle, a barrier that has never been touched by any swimmer in the sport's entire history, including Michael Phelps at the absolute peak of his powers. Romania has never been considered a swimming powerhouse nation on the global stage. Countries like the United States, Australia, and various European nations with extensive aquatic infrastructure have traditionally dominated the medal counts at major international championships. Popovici has single-handedly changed the perception of Romanian swimming on the world stage, inspiring a new generation of young swimmers across his home country to pursue the sport at elite levels. His impact extends beyond his own performances in the pool. Youth swimming participation in Romania has reportedly increased significantly since Popovici's breakthrough performances began at the junior level in 2021. Swimming clubs across Bucharest and other Romanian cities have seen enrollment numbers rise, as young athletes look to Popovici as proof that a swimmer from Romania can compete with and defeat the best athletes from traditional swimming powerhouse nations. This grassroots growth may well produce the next generation of talented Romanian swimming stars, all inspired by watching David Popovici defeat the greatest sprinters in the world on the biggest stages in international competition. So here is the question for you to consider. Does David Popovici break Panjanle's 100-meter freestyle world record before the Los Angeles Olympics arrive? Does he finally crack the 42-second barrier in the 200 free that even the legendary Michael Phelps never touched in his career? Does he become the greatest freestyle sprinter in the entire history of the sport? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every single one of them. And if you want to be here when this 21-year-old Romanian phenomenon continues chasing history and threatening world records that even Michael Phelps could never touch, subscribe right now. The next great era of freestyle swimming has already begun.